Coming to you from an undisclosed location deep in the heart of the Santa Monica Mountains, I'm your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. This is Politics, Prophecy, and My Supernatural Report. I'm here with Al Matthews, and Al became the centerpiece of the Watchmen Chronicles, our first film in the series, In Their Own Words, UFOs Are Real. When I interviewed Al, I went up to Vancouver, and we spent probably an hour just talking and filming, and I had no idea that Al's stories and testimonies would, in some ways, become the centerpiece of the film. I had no way of knowing that till I got into the editing mode, and I went, oh my gosh, this is from Al's testimonies from the first time his encounter all the way up to the very end, and everything else in between, including missing time, multiple abductions. And so Al and I were chatting last week on the phone, and Al said, you know, I've been thinking a lot about how I might have opened the door to all of this. And he joins us now on Skype. Al Matthews, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Hi, L.A. A pleasure to talk to you again.
Yeah, absolutely. The pleasure's all mine. So listen, Al, tell us what... You know, we had this conversation last week on our phones, and you've been thinking a lot about what may have opened the door to this. Tell us what your thoughts are here.
Well, my thoughts are, after watching the video, and thanks for sending me a bunch of copies, they're doing well. I kept thinking, what opened the door to these things? And that question has been a big question for a long time. I know the answer now. And when I was on that hockey rink, and in the video it shows this, I had this feeling to say in my mind, I have to know what these things are. That opened the door to these things. And now I know with what happened after the encounter on the hockey rink. I'll just tell you quickly, I had a very good upbringing, middle upper class, English parents, Protestant. Obviously in the video, I have a twin brother and a sister. We all lived in great upbringing in the house. I was walking around the house, LA, going after this encounter days later saying, oh, I don't believe in God, I'm more spiritual. My mom heard that once, she let it go. The second time she heard it, she goes, when your dad gets home, we're going to sit down and have a little talk. Where are you getting this from? My answer was, I don't know, Mom. I'm just saying it. She goes, well, don't say it. My mom and dad put us, my brother and I, in Sunday school after that. And after that encounter, like maybe a week or two later, I started having nosebleeds. I had the same bedroom with my brother. We had bunk beds. I was paranoid to look in the closet. Every night, I'd be checking underneath the bed. I wouldn't go in the basement. My brother was looking at me and peeking out the windows. Totally paranoid. That's from these things. I know I was taken back then as a child. 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Very, very intense. Very intense. And of course, you know, what's amazing about your testimony in the film, you talk about that first encounter. And in the film, you state that all the other boys ran into the changing shed, and this is the middle of winter. I mean, there's obviously hockey rinks, so they're, you know, out on this lake, and you're staring at these things, and in your mind, there's 3 UFOs, disc shape, classic disc shape, and in your mind you say, I want to know what they are. And in the film you say you have overcome with this feeling of euphoria. Tell us about that.
Angelic, yes, I had an angelic feeling. And researching this stuff, I've heard other people saying the same thing, but it's not angelic. In my mind, by saying that, I need to know what these things are. It opened the door to them. I didn't know that as a young kid.
Right.
But that's what it is. 100%. Yeah.
But you know what, Al? Testimonies like yours and the other people that come on the record, it's making a difference. I mean, I had a woman come up to me in Dallas at the Dallas conference, and she had tears in her eyes, and she said, L.A., my son left the church, left his Bible study, thought it was a bunch of hooey. He's like early 20s, whatever, and he became a devotee of the Ancient Alien series. And look, all those guys, they're nice guys. They got no axe to grind with them. Yeah, they're good people. And we agree that something's going on. We just disagree as to what it is. It's not ancient astronauts. It's demonic entities from another dimension. And she said that she put him, she gave him, in their own words, the new film, And at the end of it, he completely did a 180. He just went, oh my gosh. He called all of his friends. He went back to church. He started reading his Bible. The guy's on fire because he realizes that this whole thing, the ancient alien thing, and again, with all due respect to ancient aliens, in my opinion, it is demonic in nature. Not Ancient Aliens series, but what they're talking about are not friendly entities from Zeta Reticuli. These are, and Al will state this, and I'm stating it here, these are demonic entities. And so this is why we're making the film. This is why Al's coming back on as a warning to people. Thanks so much, Al. Really appreciate it.
Good to talk to you, LA.
Folks, that's it for Politics, Prophecy, and a Supernatural Report. Remember, I'll see you on the air or in the air. Thanks for watching. Al, you had another encounter which you talked to me about last night, which was very, very alarming, very disturbing, where the whole entire car was taken. And I've heard stories like this from other people who have been abducted. Not only were they taken, but the entire car was taken. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and I've heard stories like that too, and I would be the last person that ever thought that would happen to me. I was driving home, the middle of summer, another beautiful, beautiful day, no clouds in the sky. I take the same exit every time. It's up in Quebec, north of Ottawa. It's called the Tenaga exit. My cottage is 5 minutes from there. Okay, I'm approaching the exit, and I drive past it with no discernment, and I feel myself, the only way I can put it is being shut off. I can feel myself slowly being shut off.
Now, you've had this experience before.
Yes.
So you know what's about to happen.
I know what's about to happen.
And you're terrified, or you're happy?
There's no reaction to me. Even missing my exit, it was nothing. That was nothing. It's just, I missed the exit, no discernment, and just being slowly shut off. And it's happened so many times, it takes 3 to 4 seconds to shut you off. That's how many times it's happened.
Well, and then what happens?
Then what happens is, I don't know. It was hours and hours later. This was around 6 p.m. in the evening, in the summer. It doesn't get dark out till about 9:30. And the next thing I know, I'm in my car, lowered in the brightest beam of light you've ever seen in your life, the brightest, whitest light, in my car, vibrating, just vibrating like this in this light as the car is floating down to the ground. All I see is black around me outside the light. The car, it sounds crazy, the car started itself, and I'm watching it steer on these winding roads in the dark. And I'm just looking at it. It was probably maybe 10 seconds. I had a calmness come over me from being vibrating to put my hands up and start steering the car. I'm steering and I'm looking, where am I? It's pitch black out. I looked at my watch. It was 10:15. That's 4 hours of missing time. The first sign I saw was Maniwaki, 10 kilometers. That's 120K from my cottage.
So you were completely in another area.
Gone. Gone.
And what was your reaction when you realized where you were, when you were back in the car?
Absolutely traumatized. I found my way home. I went into the fetal position, crying, saying, why me? What is this? Why are you doing this to me? And I got the hell out of there. I moved.
There's a subject that most people regard as fringe. Yet the people in this film have seen something.
I've seen a UFO.
I've seen a UFO.
And I saw a UFO.
And I saw a UFO.
I've seen a UFO.
A UFO.
People from all walks of life have come on the record in their own words, and their testimony is true.
Join me as we explore the folks who have had encounters in their own words.
Coming this March 2017.